Hi everybody, this is a video of the Venture 250 watt high pressure mercury vapor light bulb. As you can see here, this is the mercury vapor light bulb I've got from eBay, which is another one that I got from eBay, as well as the Bellite one. And this one is the Venture one, and this one says Venture lighting, lamps, ballasts and controls. And on the other side it says MBFU high pressure mercury lamp. Please use suitable ballast, which I am in this lamp here. And on here it says, what does it say on here? It says MBFU dot 250 watt /E40, that's Edison 40. MBFU high pressure mercury lamps, 250 watts, Venture part number 00209, base E40, and that's Edison 40. Does it say anything else on anywhere around here? It says, does it say anything else? Oh yeah, on here it says do not use if broken, 300 Celsius, that's the C. It says do not connect to direct main supply, which I know that, and it says connect to main supply with the ballast, and that's the usually called the transformer, but that's the ballast, the kit for it on that picture. And on here it says do not recycle unless you throw it to a public recycling bin. It says the same, yeah. And I think on here, what's that thing that's crossed out? I don't know what it is on that thing where my thumb's pointing on. But don't worry anyway, guys. I'm going to get it out of its box and you'll see in 1 second or two. So you have to spare me. It's got the same carton as that 160 watt one. But the 160 watt one is the self-ballasted one, which you can connect to direct main supply. But just 1 second, everybody. Hold on. Just put it out of its box here. Oh. I've got it now. Oh, just a second. Right, got it out of its box now. Oh, so it's a bit awkward now, but don't worry, I've got it out now. Anyway, here I have the Venture 250 watt mercury vapor light bulb, and on the printing it says Venture MBFU dot 200W /E40. That means Edison 40 and 250 watts. It's got CE with the crossed out bin. It says WC3YY. And let's have a look at the inside. If I look at it through this lamp, can you see? Oh, you can hardly vaguely see the... Oh yeah, you can see the arc tube. Now this arc tube doesn't have a filament. Well, this bulb doesn't have a filament, but it's only just got the arc tube. It's got the same carton as that 160 watt one, but the 160 watt one is the self-ballasted mercury one, and this one is not self-ballasted because it hasn't got a filament, but the 160 watt one has. And as I say on the last video, when I did the video of the mercury vapor bulb, it's got this stainless steel Edison 40 screw cap, and with the metal bottom part, and around here it's got the ceramic concrete, and it feels quite rough when I rub my finger around it. Yeah, and it's stainless steel with the ceramic concrete bottom part. And it's got the dint hole in the middle of it, which it's got the ring to hold the whole lot, with it carrying the arc tube all in place and everything and what have you. So anyway, guys, I'm going to put it into the socket now. So right, it's quite long, this one, but it's fitted in now. It's fitted in like so. So anyway, guys, I'm going to turn off this daylight lamp. Right, that's it now. The daylight lamp's gone out now. So onto the 250 watt mercury vapor bulb, the Venture one, everybody. So ready, everybody? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow! As you see, that one shines a very bright reddish pink colour. But let's take a good look into it before it changes. So as you can see, that shines very reddish purple. It's like a watermelon colour. Yeah, but the arc tube that you can see through it shines a very blue colour. I can still see it from my eyes, even though that around it looks all reddish pink. Yeah, but it's starting to change a bit of a lilac colour now. It reminds me of my old primary school, because one of those dining hall lights were fitted with one of those mercury vapor bulbs. So this is the second one for tonight I've got. Well, it's the fourth one actually that was fitted in that ballasted fitting. But as you can see now, let's take another good look into it. So as you can see, it's starting to change a very lilac colour, but the arc tube's showing very like bluish white. Well, it's like blue colour because basically see the electrodes inside the arc tube through the coating throughout this bulb. Yeah, so as you can see, it's starting to get brighter, brighter, brighter and brighter. Yeah, so, and as you can see, it looks more whiter on camera. But all around my room, it's starting to shine a bit more whiter. But from my eyes, it shines like lilac in the shadow. And as you can see, it still looks a bit on the sides of my camera, but you can see that circle right in the middle. But anyway, guys, as you can see, the bulb's starting to get brighter, and it's effect on my fruit, my bananas in pyjamas. So anyway, is there anything else that it says on this carton? So does it say anything else on it? So no, sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to squash it. Because I tried to get the bulb out. It's a cylinder carton because this the self-ballasted mercury, the Venture 160 watt self-ballasted one's got the same coloured carton, but I don't understand why it's got this sign saying do not connect the bulb to direct main supply when that other one is self-ballasted, but this one's not, the one that's on now, and I know it doesn't have a filament inside it, but it says on it Venture lighting lamps ballasts controls. Yeah, and like I said, MBFU high pressure mercury lamp, please use suitable ballast, which I have. It's on a suitable ballast and everything, so why wouldn't it? And this is just the label. It's coloured, well, it's actually permanently coloured in onto this carton. So, and it's got this bin that's crossed out. I don't know what that B is in that triangle. It's got like PG. I'm not sure if it is PG or not, but and on here it says Venture lighting lamps ballasts controls. Now that's all it says, so we'll put it back on the breakfast tea table. So we'll take another zoom into this bulb, shall we, everybody? As you can see, it's like it's almost reached its full brightness, and you can still see the mercury arc tube. It's quite long though, and you can still hear that ballast making a humming noise. I thought it's the bulb that makes the humming noise, but it isn't. It's the ballast inside, as you can hear it. Yeah, and I know I said when I did the video of the mercury bulb, well, the ballast, well, the bellite one I usually say. Well, let's take a good glimpse into it this way, shall we, everybody? And as you can see the mercury gas through this dint hole, through that pearl part. And as you can see, it's funny that it shines very lilac-y pink. And I wonder how many kelvins or kilowatts, however you want to pronounce it, how many it's got, to be honest, and what have you. And so as you can still see it clearly through that little dint hole and everything. Yeah. So, and it shines this bulb shines quite like the mercury bulbs that back at my primary school throughout the school years when I used to be there. And I suggest they might have had about 250 or maybe about 400 watts. Maybe about 250. I think more likely 400 watts, to be honest. But they used to have them little circle cages over them. You know, when you used to watch them come on, they used to come on like a reddish pink colour like this one does. Yeah, so when I did the last video, well, the last two videos that I did of this mercury one that I did tonight was the bellite one. The bellite one doesn't shine, well, doesn't come on a cherry reddish pink colour like this one does when it first starts up. It comes on like a very dark, well, a blue colour instead, which I really find fascinating, but I usually expect it to shine pink instead. Yeah, and maybe the coating in that bellite one that I did might not be as fluorescent. I think it's more like a pearl coloured coating. I think that's why it wasn't shining, wasn't going a reddish pink colour with the blue gas inside the mercury arc tube. So as you can see now, it has fully reached its full brightness and everything. And when I glimpse at it, it shines a bit more like the self-ballasted mercury bulbs that I've got. And I suppose this one's not self-ballasted because it's ballasted separately. Yeah, and it's got, I know I said it with that red light and everything. And let's all look all around my room now. It's shining more bright at 250 watts bright. So that's what you can see, guys. So let's take a good glimpse into it when we switch it out, and as you can see, and it has reached its full brightness and everything. You see that little disc thing right at the bottom. Yeah, that little rectangular shaped thing inside. But anyway, guys, I'm going to turn off this mercury lamp and turn it back on and everything. Here we go. Wow, and as you can see the electrodes illuminated, but now they're fully disappearing. Yeah. So, and as you can see now, I fully turned off the bulb, and now it's a total blackout. So anyway, guys, I'm going to turn it back on. Here we go. Wow. And as you can see, you can still see that, you can clearly see that gas right inside the bulb. Yeah, and you can see it's like a little star thing inside. But it looks like that's starting to re-strike up. They're like easy re-strike up ones, but like when I said about the Philips one was a total nutcracker, because when I turned that back on, it made a pop, and a bit of pink gas was still showing up inside the bulb. But as you can see now, it's starting to re-strike back up, and it's still glowing like what that Bellite one did. But it's like lightning, so I can see a bit of lightning bolts right inside. So it might come back on in a minute now. So, ready, steady. What's he going to do? Is he going to do anything? Oh yeah, I can see lightning bolts. I see it very clearly. Yeah, and it seems very interesting and fascinating and what have you. Hey! That made a great dinging noise as it just came straight on. I heard that ding! That's what it did. It just made that dinging noise when it started coming on. But as you can see, when it was starting to re-strike, you can see all bolts of lightning inside the mercury arc tube. It's like one of those lightning globes that, you know, you put your hands on and it makes your hair stand up. That's what that little bolts of lightning look like inside that mercury bulb. But as you can see now, it's come on quite dim because it's just struck back on. But it did make a bit of a pinging noise, or as you say, ding or ping. It just made a bit of a pinging noise as it just fully kicked in. But it's just exactly what that Bellite mercury bulb did on the last two videos I've just done tonight. The Bellite one, I felt like that one was going to, that bit of blue gas was going to fully disappear, but it started coming back, and then suddenly the whole lot just kicked back in and everything. Yeah. And as I look all around, it's lit my breakfast tea table, nice white. And I think that Bellite one shined more icy white. I think that one was more like cool daylight. It's more like it was cool daylight. But this one, I think the other one might have had about 6,000 Kelvin. I think this one's got 5,000. I really don't know. It doesn't tell on its carton how many kilowatts or Kelvin it has. But that's what it is. 250W/E40. High pressure mercury lamps. Invention number, and I said, is 00209. I don't know why they put numbers like that on, but as you can see, MBFU and everything. I don't know what the FU stands for anyway, guys. But, so, anyway, guys, as you can see now, the bulb's fully lit up. And let's take another good glimpse into it, shall we, everybody? And as you can see, I just got to be careful I don't burn my hand on this. So, as you can see now, you can see that little line at the side of the bulb. But I think that's usually one of the poles that's standing right at the side of the mercury arc tube. But look at the bottom, it's got that little thing. It looks like a piece of paper shape. It's silver. It's got a load of soldering powers inside it. And let's take another good glimpse into it before I switch it out again. So as you can see, the actual gas, that's the gas itself, shines very like minty turquoise or bluish green. I don't know why. But that's why it's called mercury vapour, because it's fluorescent. But as you know, as I can see, when I put my hand over, I could still feel the heat. I can't really smell it, but I can feel it coming on my finger, that heat from the bulb. But this bulb does get very red hot and everything and what have you. Yeah, it does. It gets very red hot. So, and it shines nice and white. It reminds me of that big bright light off the film with Roger Daltrey. It's called Tommy. And that's made 44 years ago. It reminds me of it, but it's an elliptical shaped light bulb. I don't know if they do any clear mercury bulbs that you usually get in the UK, but you get more of them in America. But as an elliptical shape, I'd love to get a clear one, but they're quite rare in the UK when I'll try and look on eBay. Yeah, so I thought. So anyway, guys, I'm trying to think what to say, and as you can see now, it's lit 250 watts bright, and it's lit nice and white, and 250 watts bright and warm and everything. And it's lit my living room and ever so bright and everything, and it's nice and bright now. You can still see it now because it's more reflective and everything. So anyway, guys, I'm going to turn off this bulb now, everybody. Here we go. That's it, and the electrodes are glowing, and now they're fading away very quickly. It's like it's saying goodbye and everything. So Anyway, guys, it's fully gone out now, so I'm going to turn this side lamp back on. Right, that's it now. The side lamp's back on, everybody. So, anyway, guys, this is the video of the Venture 250 watt high pressure mercury vapor light bulb, everybody. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. So, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, everybody.